women don't believe other women when we tell you how much men are using you and don't like you. So, but just listen to men, okay? One of the best things about all these awful podcasts from men is the worst thing is that men are listening to them and becoming radicalized faster. But when women listen to these, they get to hear men admit how selfish they are, how much they hate their girlfriend. Look at this. So Theo Vaughn and Pete Davidson, who are both addicts, who allegedly are sober, but people are wondering if this guy really is, because he's apparently been acting super weird. The way that they talk about their partners in this, or former partners, I want women to pay attention, because the men are labor diggers, emotional labor, sexual labor, domestic labor, mental labor, cognitive labor, whatever you want to call it. These men, and they hate the women that they are exploiting. Look at this. They're talking about when he knew I knew I should leave her, but I'm like, I'm not leaving her because she'll find somebody else that actually likes her. I want you to think about that for a minute, because we're not done yet, but I just want to give that moment the pause it deserves. I'm not leaving her because not only do I not want her to be happy, I don't want her to be with someone who doesn't hate her like I do. Because I tell you, the more you do for men, the more they resent you. And especially if you are dating men who are in active addiction, they will lie to you constantly and just steal from you, steal labor from you, and not appreciate you because because they are sick. They are wrapped up in a very, very selfish disease. Even when they're sober, if they haven't really dealt with some of their core issues, not only their own trauma, but like literally their male entitlement and even their own self-hatred, they will punish you. They will date you even though they hate you. We've known this for a while. They admit it all the time. But these two famous dudes just admitted this. And then Pete Davidson's like, yep, totally relatable statement that guy just said. And Theo keeps going, that's how freaking much. I was like, miserable, dude. So miserable with this stupid bitch. She was doing, too much. Miserable because this girl liked me. I didn't like her. So I'll be damned if I'm going to let some other man who actually likes her get all this labor. Nuh-uh. So Pete poses this question, a very telling question. My rebuttal to a girl leaving was like, you've done so much work. You've done so much work. It's like you got me ready for someone else. That's not fair. Oh, that's not fair to you. You did so much work. And now you're going to lose the future me. All the fruits of all that labor, you're not going to get that. Doesn't seem fair. Now I'm just going to be all this good with someone else. You taught me so much. At least show up for the graduation. I didn't catch that word of this. That's what Theo said. At least show up for your graduation. At least show up for your graduation of all that work you did. When I tell you, these men, they know you won't leave them. They know that you have done nothing but pour into them, and they hate you for it. You don't get the reward. They hate you for it. Some other woman gets the reward, but she doesn't even get the reward a lot of times, because these men don't actually change. They just get better at being in relationships, but still utterly selfish. I can't tell you how many women I've heard say, and I thought this myself, the rare time that I actually dated long term, I remember the longer you commit, the more you invest, the more you have to lose, especially as a woman dating men. Because a lot of times you are investing all this free labor, you're not getting any of it reciprocated, you're sacrificing work opportunities. If you have children with this man, you are stalling your career, you're losing so much, your health oftentimes gets really bad. It's that sunk cost fallacy. It's like, well, I've already done all this much. How can I give up now? These men know that's how we think. That's what's so disturbing about all this, is these men know that is how we think. Those guys just told us. They know. We're out here thinking they don't know, they don't know how much they're exploiting us. They're just taking and taking and taking, but they don't realize how selfish they are. I'm telling you, they do. That is the worst part, is they do. We sit here thinking that they don't. We're sitting here thinking they're stupid. That's really what it comes out. They convince us to think they're stupid, and they are not. They know exactly what they're doing. They may not say to themselves, I am exploiting this woman I can't stand because she's going to give until she won't take it anymore, until I find someone better. They may not actually say that in their head. They know it in their bones. They know it in their bones. They were raised under patriarchy. They were raised watching us get conditioned to centering them. They have lived their whole life being conditioned to center themselves. You don't think they know this? They know it in their bones, y'all. And now they're saying it. They're telling us they know it. So as much as I hate all these podcasts with these bros, because yeah, they're making men who watch this shit are becoming worse, at least at the silver lining is that we can no longer lie to ourselves that these men don't know what they're doing. They do. They know exactly what they're doing. It's brilliant, honestly. Yet I still hear it on a regular basis. I don't want the next woman to reap the rewards of all the work I've put in to make this man, they don't even say this part, to make this man less selfish. Because that's really what it comes down to. Less selfish. Please pay attention to whether this man likes you or not. Ask him on a regular basis. Maybe not on a regular, ask him what he likes about you. That's not going to save you from a terrible relationship, but it'll start to give you information. Pay attention. Pay attention. Men love free labor. That's why a lot of women are like, why would they date someone they hate? Why wouldn't they? With everything they get from this, why wouldn't they? Just because you wouldn't do that doesn't mean they wouldn't do that. Please stop applying your own moral code to men. They don't operate that way. They were taught to be unbelievably selfish and entitled and to dehumanize women and exploit our labor. That is what they are taught. And they all have to unlearn that if they want access to us. That's what I would like to see. More women wake up to being exploited by even these, especially the men who you feel sorry for, who have addictions, who have problems. Please do not date those men. They are the most dangerous. If you feel sorry for him, you are being exploited. You are being exploited. There's no doubt about it. You need to look at your own codependency. You need to really look at your own sickness, because if you love him, and if part of it is because you feel bad, feel sorry for him, you do not love that man. It's something else, but it's not love. It's a dependency on you. It is a sense of purpose. It is feeling needed, feeling wanting, and definitely feeling picked. But it's not love. You do not love him. You may care about him, but you don't love him. If you loved him, you would stop doing so much for him. So you'd have to grow the fork up. And if you actually loved him, then you would have to love yourself on some level. But by staying with someone who hates you and just exploits you and makes you think that this situation of you continuing to build him up and sacrifice and tolerate endless stuff, letting him, he's convinced you. This is not love. This is dependence. This is enabling. This is codependency. This is all kinds of stuff. This is maybe even limerence. It is all kinds of stuff, but it is not love. You do not love that man, and he certainly doesn't love you. Please wake up. They're telling us this. They're saying it out loud. And if these two famous guys have no issue admitting this out loud on a podcast that millions listen to, you don't think most men think that way? They are so comfortable saying that, and that is what is so alarming. They don't see anything wrong with that. Well, I do, and I love they're finally saying it out loud. Anyway, thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, all that crap. Well, it's really helpful. Follow my Patreon if you want more personal stories, interviews with awesome people, hangouts, all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you, Patreon community. That you are what keeps me going. And join us over there. We have fun. And thanks for watching. Let me know if you heard the comment song.
Leon, comment song, random Leon comment song. Look at Homer Simpson shooting up. This is some of the graffiti hair. Leon, comment song. Leon, comment song. I don't know what about the Simpsons, but I've seen this stuff all over the world. Leon, comment song. Stuff I've seen in Leon, the town I love. Leon, comment song. Lots of murals on the buildings, and random dudes like this being, honking a little horn on a cute bike. Leon, comment song. This is one of my favorite views in Leon, comment song. Leon, comment song. Restaurant, weird restaurant in Leon, comment song. Come to the Patreon to see more travel stuff like this. Et voila, Leon, comment song.